for. You're throwing up your fireworks, you got your barbecue. That's not right here. On that day, these men accept Jefferson's work as the way to tell the world. He has refused, he has neglected, he's forbidden. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coast, burned our town. Mr. Jefferson says he has destroyed the lives of our people. Clearly, this is a bad man. Who is this guy? Of course he is. Folks, you always need a scapegoat. And Jefferson goes after this guy. More importantly, these principles that are put forth in this document, folks, they're invoked to death. Read a newspaper. Folks, look what's going on the last 20 years. Former Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, South Africa, China, Afghanistan. Folks, you can go right around the globe. Do you know what's going on? Let me show you. It would be a big mistake to consider this some sort of dead letter. Mr. Jeff, people's wants do not change. They're put forth right here. Mr. Jefferson asserts but one principle, he does it repeatedly. It is the right of self-government. It's all about home rule, folks. The British don't give it. It is instead a war of American independence. It costs this nation dearly. The document, you see, was signed in this room. Do any of you know the day?
Like a second.
Say it again.
July 2nd.
Excellent, madam. That's the big day. Anybody else give it a shot? Sign. Well, excellent, madam. I mean, there it is. Always go with it. Oddly, well, the sign's long. Mr. Matlack is the Secretary of Commerce. This gentleman has many jobs. One of them, write that up. Here is the problem. This box is in no way, shape, or form a laser inkjet printer. Mr. Matlack has no ballpoint anything. How's he write this up? Pool of ink. 2 August. They stop what they're doing. I want to be clear here. They're not sitting here waiting to sign some famous document. It's not famous. These gentlemen have 150 plus committees that they're dealing with. Folks, the gentlemen you see here are running the nation out of this room. They are fighting a war here. By the way, folks, please, don't be confused on this issue. I think many out there are. You are in the actual structure. Understand that there are few peoples world over that can point to such a place, folks. You see the importance. I don't know, 10, 20 minutes, they're all lined up, sign their name for declaration. Folks, if this thing went bad, you see, this revolution, one man would have hanged in the Tower of London the name George Washington. 11 years go by. Each are bad. They're back, a couple of them. We're going to change the articles. Well, they scrap them. Tom Virginia says, are we not on the verge of war? Which is prevented only by the hopes of this meeting. He puts out the Virginia Plan. It's the foundation constitution. Sets up a national government. This thing won't work, however. It favors only one kind of state. Do you know what kind? Big. Yeah, you live in a little state, you're not happy, Virginia. Take Mr. Gunning Bedford, Delaware. He's up. He says, will not these large states crush the small ones? The man's name is Patterson. Folks, they got a city in North Jersey named after him, and they should. He sits here. Billy Patterson's got his own plan. He's up. He calls Virginia's plan tyranny. He announces we're not buying Jersey. He puts out his plan. Who's it favored?
Of
Of course, it won't fly. Under the Jersey plan, your states of Delaware and Pennsylvania are even, well, they're not even. Pennsylvania's got 10 times the people Delaware. New York gets up, 2 delegates, prefer the Constitution as a monster, and quit. They come, folks, it's a tough delegation. New Hampshire, it's a 4-month meeting for 2 of them. Nobody's here from New Hampshire. The legislature is so cheap. They refuse to cough up travel expenses for pennies. Their delegates arrive 2 months late. It's a bleak situation. Dissolution is needed. Then we have the peculiar case of Rhode Island. Is there anybody here from Rhode Island? Rhode Island? I think so. Folks, we are still waiting for the delegation. Never did. Even General Washington actually refers to the ocean state as Rose Island. Franklin summed it up. He said, should we fail, we shall become a reproach to future ages. He said the mission will be left to chance, war, and conquest. To us, the answer is obvious. Folks, it's the Senate, small states are appeased, you get to. House, more people, more members. All this sounds very simple. It took 2 months of ferocious debate. It was not simple. The American presidency born here. These gentlemen discussed a king. Folks, we have no king. These guys discussed having 2 or 3 of these presidents at once. Franklin was adamant. He wants a committee. The Virginia governor hopped up. He said, a single executive is the fetus of monarchy. How long will this guy serve? 2, 3? Folks, they sat here and pondered with sincerity. A term for president lasting 20 years. Who elects this president?
The Electoral College.
They sure do. We elect them. They elect the president. Mr. Sherman of Connecticut wrote right here. He said the people should have as little to do as may be about the government. They lack information and are constantly liable to be misled. Therefore, we elect electors. Folks, in the end, the office of the president is an office. The people who hold this office come and go. You see, they are merely stewards. I speak the power of the office of the president. This power comes from one place, folks. It's no White House. Right there. The man who sits in this chair was trusted instinctively. And these men afforded this post, this office of the president, power they would never have contemplated affording any other man. The name, Washington. Last day of the meeting, Franklin perks up. Old man watching this chair. He said, I have the happiness to know that that is a rising and not a setting sun. Folks, Franklin doesn't care about some old chair, nor is he discussing some odd carving. Rather, he speaks of the new nation on the rise, not on the wane. You see the symbolism of the rising sun of the chair. One more thing, we gotta go. Folks, should there be one of you who has served in the armed forces and fought for this nation, you're a cop in law enforcement in this country, Peace Corps, you're a firefighter in our nation, you work for the state defense, I don't know what you do. All these people, every president, Washington, Obama, these people sworn to do one thing, folks. You see, they must only preserve, protect, and defend one thing. It is the Constitution of the United States and nothing else. Go ahead out the door, make a left. I'll answer your questions at the south door. Have a great day.